Okay. Is it working? All right. We're cooking with fire. Today, we're going to talk about the old adage, you need money to make money. That is fundamentally untrue, but this is something that many people believe in their hearts and souls. I'm going to explain a few ways that you can make money by being extremely creative and humble. Because this is one of the things that really gets me with people of today. You're broke, you don't have no money, but you got all kinds of pride. Well, I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to do that. But you broke, player. You don't have no money, but you got pride. And this is one of the things that I see that people could facilitate more income if they would come off that pride. They won't work a second job because that's a bad look. Your pockets are flat. There's no money coming in. There's not enough money coming in, and you refuse to work a second job. You refuse to do something you don't like. And you don't have money coming in. It's one of the craziest things in the world, because for you to understand money, money flows to money. So to attract money, you make money that will attract money. There are many people who are in these fixed mindsets that you have to be of a certain caliber to get certain results. Simply not true. It's just not true. But you got folks out here who don't know how to hustle. You don't know how to put certain things together. And that's what we're going to talk about. Before we get into that, we're going to pay some bills, baby. From today is Thursday, everything at hustlerskungfulifeskills.com is 50% off. Once again, you don't get 50% off of the payment plans. I got to wait for my money. You're going to pay full price. But if you want to pay in full for your courses, from today until Sunday, you get 50% off using the code MAKEMONEY, which is presented as one word, using the code MAKEMONEY. So you can get the basic money management course. You're not going to be able to get consults, because the consults are going to be $500 regardless of how we do that. So I need to go ahead and make that change. Make sure that it's going to be what it needs to be, so I don't get a bunch of low budget Larrys taking up my Tuesday. There we go. But everything is 50% off. Use the coupon promo code MAKEMONEY, presented as oneword.com, and you get 50% off of anything at hustlerskungfulifeskills.com. That's a wonderful deal. Just in time for payday, since we're talking about money. All right. So we're going to talk about one of the first ways that you can make some money when you don't have any money. So here's a technique that's covered in 30 Days to 2,500. Let's say you need $5,000 to $10,000 cash money. You don't have it. You don't even have 50 bucks of it. You're completely tapped out. This is where you tap into your network if you have one. What you will do is go on Facebook and you will email, you will message individually, no group messaging. You will personalize each message. You broke, you ain't got nothing but time to do. And you will say, look, in a few weeks, I'm going to have this massive garage sale. And I'm wondering, do you have anything that you do not want that you would donate or give to me for the garage sale? And you're going to hit up all of your friends that are local, every last one of them. And the average person has probably 150 to 200 friends that are local. And also, you're going to write, I'm looking for old cell phones. I'm looking for old electronics. Put down what you're looking for. And there'll be some people, I have nothing. And there'll be people that's like, I got a bunch of stuff. You can come over here, player. Bring a truck. And then you're going to have this garage sale. And you're going to sell all this stuff that you got for free. And going to put this money in your pocket. One of the things that, if you go to the Hustler Kung Fu, let me show you. This will help you with that. This course right here. Hustler's Kung Fu book collection. This has the garage sale stuff in it. It has how to resell. That will help you with this. All right, so you're going to do that. That's what you're going to do. You're going to hit up all your friends. And then this is what you're going to do if you don't raise enough money. You're going to wait a few weeks, and you're going to do it all over again. You're going to contact these people and you'll be like, hey, thank you for your contribution last time. I'm getting ready to do it again. Do you have anything maybe? And you're going to do this as often as you need to do until you get your 5 or 10K. Now, let's break this down. Number one, you're being progressive. Number two, you're taking action. Number three, you're being very, very humble. These folks are giving you stuff. You can't talk smack. You can't be prideful. You can't be the way you want to be. And this is why a lot of you will not do this, because you don't get to show your butt, because you got to be humble to get this money. So this is one of the ways that you can make money and have no money. This destroys this. We're going to talk about something that's very big. Wholesaling of real estate. All you need is hustle. You need the ability to find a homeowner that is willing to let property go very cheaply. It costs you no money to do this. You operate on hustle. The Craigslist free section. Sit on the Craigslist free section. Let's see what they got going on today. Let's see what's happening. Where is the free section? It's been so long since I've been over here. There it is. So you would hit the Craigslist free section. Let's see. Someone's giving away a bearded dragon. Here's a rocking chair you can get some money off. Free washer and dryer. Free pallets. Free desk. Several mattresses. Someone's giving away a kitty. This is how I got rid of a old mattress and box spring that I had. Another washer and dryer. That's $150 right there. You just go pick that up and resell it. That's garbage. I would not mess with that. That's garbage. See, when you get to these multicolored weird chairs, there's a reason they don't resell. They butt ugly. But sit on the Craigslist free section. Because the good stuff goes very, very quickly. But this is a way that you can make money without having any money. Playboy, Playgirl. And this is something that I put into my book, Pimping Craigslist for Fun and Profit. There's been times I've just sat on the free section all day long. And every time I did that, I made $200 to $400. Once again, if you do not have any money, if your pockets are flat, this is the type of stuff you need to do. Man, there's a lot of washer and dryers on tires. Tires are, you have to pay to get rid of them. Chairs. There's a lot of stuff here today. And once again, I would contact these people. I would be gracious, because one of the biggest things that happens today is a very high flake rate. People are just not conscientious. Oh yeah, man, I'm coming to get it. I'll be there at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock comes and goes. Stuff's still there. You call them, oh yeah, man, I changed my mind. They didn't even tell you they changed their mind. They just, just assume that you would figure it out. And this shows you how cheap America is. So another way to make that money is to sit on the free section of Craigslist. Once again, that's another way that you can make money without having money. So we're going to talk about something a little advanced. Brokering deals. This is part of wholesale. You can wholesale anything. You can go to Craigslist, find a section, and start making deals. Like someone's got something to sell, and you talk to them. It's like, look, find a buyer. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Ebony Thompson, nobody talking about taking your clothes off, girl. Get out of here with that stuff. Nobody talking about that. Turf Orca, the entrepreneur spirit is vast and unlimited. What's up, Barry Bishop? Leslie, I did this yesterday. I thought outside the box and made $720 in a day. It's mind-blowing. Congratulations, Leslie. I'm going to bring up something else, too. Another way to make money without having any money is to start a service business. When I did 30 days to 2,500 with Cleaver was like, I'm living in this house. I'm on my best friend's sofa. I don't have a car. I don't have any money. What can I do to make some money? I say, start a service business. What are you good at? He's like, well, I have a computer repair knowledge. Cleaver got on the bike, rolled into town, knocked on some few doors, a nail salon, a beauty salon, say, hey, yeah, fix these computers, $500 that day. He could not believe it. He couldn't believe it. So, once again, this whole notion of you got to have money to make money, it's not true. And Mets, they're flagging repost tough. How do you avoid this? You buy my book, Pimping Craigslist for Fun and Profit, and deploy the Craigslist marketing system. Anthony Johnson. You can also find garage sales on Craigslist. I found a Real Collectibles plug yesterday and pulled up on him yesterday and spent $65 with him, planning to make at least $350. The whole deal, people, is you must take action. You must go ahead, go below, get my free ebook, free audiobook, work on your weak mindset, because there are so many ways to make money. You can become a broker. Just like you can wholesale a house, you can wholesale a car. It's about being extremely creative, which you should be if you broke. I'm gonna hit you with this. Get the whole book collection. There you go. And you can use the 50% off promo code Make Money and get that bad boy for half. So there's so many ways that you could do this. And, this is kind of feeding into people want to do stuff that's clean. People don't want to get their hands dirty. People don't want to be creative. I remember I was wholesaling some carpets that I got out of a unit. I bought this unit for about $800. There was a lot of all kinds of stuff in there, and there were several needlepoint rugs stacked up, about 35 of them, and they were handmade. And when I Googled them, I was like, good Lord. But I couldn't sell them because you need to have a rug shop to get that kind of money. So this unit cost me $800. I find a rug dealer on Peachtree Road. I take him, I'm driving Humpty, and I walk out of there with a check for $8,500 for those rugs. Now, once again, I was wholesaling because he was going to sell one of those rugs for $8,500. So he made a whole bunch of money off me, but I made 10 times what I spent on the unit. So I was happy. He was happy. He took a picture of my ID to make sure they weren't stolen and stuff, because it was rare for someone to walk in with that many rugs. Yep, Persian rugs. Thank you, Turf. So once again, there's so many ways to make money, and you got to focus on making money. You got to focus on doing things that make money instead of sitting around complaining about being broke. These people who come to the channel who talk about, the best way to make some money is to sell these courses. Dude, when I started, I had 0 subscribers to this channel. I had 0 customers. I had 0 money from sales. That's how this channel started. And because I put in the work, I put in the hustle, that's why I'm at where I'm at today. And a lot of people, they're like, miss me with that work, man. And if you poor or you broke, you don't have no money, this is the type of stuff you need to do. Ready, set, wealth. Dirty hands today equals cash hands tomorrow. I mean, my hands I worked in landfills. I worked on construction sites. I did whatever I needed to do for $1. And I see that many people will see their favorite internet personality doing something on the internets, and that's what they want to do, because The other day, I asked, what kind of skills people were interested in, and everybody was like all over the place. And it's like nobody wants to learn fundamentals. And this is one of the things, because all of those transactions that I did in the storage auction business helped me make sales online. Because once you're able to sell something in person, once you get a feel, a taste of that, then you can replicate that process online. It's like dating. If you're really good in dating in real life, being able to approach women, talk to women, get the digits, get the date, you are a monster online. And a lot of people just don't want to do the work. You can find bargains at places like Restore, Habitat for Humanity, Furnished Rental. You can find bargains on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm going to tell you a way that you can use Facebook Marketplace to make money. What you want to do is find someone that has something for sale, lock it down, take better pictures, do a better presentation, and sell the same item back on the marketplace. You could do this with Craigslist. You could do this with eBay. Because there are many people who do a very bad job of presentation. When you complain about your life and how bad it is, you only attract the same. Change your mindset, change your life. Pretty much. Erica Williams, this is worried because they're worried about what their friends and family going to say. Are your friends and family paying your bills? Are your friends and family giving you money? Why are you worried about them? Perseverance is how winning is accomplished. Erica Williams, I know I would have never worked the jobs in Texas and North Carolina near family. It's a mindset shift. Wow, that's a confession. FB is the lick. Turka, I made a few thousand for Facebook Marketplace. I don't even have a Facebook profile. Can you get rich off the marketplace? If you have enough scale and activity, yes, you can. It's the same thing as, it's just, hold on. It's the same thing as the storage auction business. It's resale. If you got a team of 3 or 4 people looking for deals every day on the Craigslist marketplace, and you would need to have some money because you would have to buy these deals. You would need to have a warehouse to store this stuff. But yeah, you can make a grip on Facebook Marketplace. Just bought a couple items on Marketplace. I already flipped some and got my money back. Resale isn't easy. You got to want to win. I've lost hundreds, but I made thousands so far selling on eBay for a year. Ben the bartender, can you get rich? Complain in the comments section. Hey, I like that. Everybody's looking for that easy lick. That's the problem. Clear your mind of the easy lick. Oh, do I have a guide for resale? Everybody that's interested in resale, hit the Hustlers Kung Fu book collection, and that will tone you up from storage auctions to Craigslist to garage sales. Use the 50% off. So once again, you can do so many things to make money. I'm going to tell you another way that you can make some money. You can bird dog for other people. I remember this guy named Richard Strickland. Was working at Pound Systems Unlimited. And Richard he came in with his wife. And he says, if you ever find any deals, send them my way and I'll break you off a little something. That's all he said. He did not make any promises. He didn't talk to me for hours. He didn't try to butter me up like I'm a biscuit. He just said, if you send me a good deal and I get the deal, I'll break you off some. So imagine, because I send him deals. And imagine, one day I go home, I go to the mailbox, I pull out a check for $8,000. Richard Strickland Enterprises. What? And I called him up and he said, yeah, that big deal in North Carolina, it worked out well for us. Bird dogging. You can find deals for other people. Ready, set, wealth. I started a moving service with $0. Ran ads on Facebook and got jobs and saved until I could afford a truck. Still rolling today. Let me read this again. Ready, set, wealth. I started a moving service with $0. Ran ads on Facebook and got jobs and saved until I could afford the truck. Still rolling today. There are so many businesses you can start with $0, but you gotta work. You're gonna be sweaty. You're gonna have to take you a good bath at night because you're gonna be funky. Ready, self-wealth. Indeed, the capitalist nation is ours for the taking. Good Lord. Got a little touchy in there. And, I really appreciate people have adopted my no complaining mantra. If you got time to complain, you got time to work. So I've given you some stuff that anybody can do to make some money. And I've given you some advanced game. You could, here's another way you can make some money. You can find a business with a product. Seriously. And I like your product. I want to sell it. If I sell it, how much would you give me? And see, business owners, every day they have someone who's like, can you give me some money? Can I get something from you? It's rare that someone says, I'm going to do something for you to put some money in your pocket, player. Once we come to terms, you could sell cars. This is what wholesaling in real estate is. And one of the reasons that people are so dedicated to it is you can make thousands of dollars. That's what keeps people dedicated and interested in it. Turf. I'm planning on launching a culinary venture next year, highlighting my new American cuisine. Food truck. You can get you a food truck for 10 to 15K. A restaurant or some others, that's going to take thousands. I gave him a chance to state his case. He wanted to complain. Wrong channel for that. Yeah, everybody wants to get to the big money without making themselves more valuable. On this channel, I have, 1,000 stories of how I was selling stuff out of storage units. Like the thing with the rugs. Humpty had a big old dent in the van. Humpty didn't have any AC. I was hot, funky, and sweaty with a check for $8,500 in my pants. And these chicks dissed me. Because I was in this van, I looked like I was beat up from the floor up, but I had money on me. Once again, there's so many ways to make money without having money. Like, let's say you have an ideal. Let's go with Turf's food truck idea. You got an idea for some cuisine. You have $0. Go out and talk to people. Find yourself an investor. And look, if you loan me $20,000, I would pay you 15% back on your money. Because when you broke, you got to make deals like that. You don't get the best terms when you broke. There are a lot of people who want to love to see 15% on their money. They're like, yeah, we're going to do this. Absolutely, man. You have to start somewhere. And a lot of people don't want to start. So let's get into some upper level game. This is where you got to develop your mouthpiece, your appearance, and your confidence. You got to start networking. And this is one of the things that I'm doing because I was looking at my capital account today and I got like $160,000. So I got enough money to buy a house, a house. If I can buy a house for 50, I could put 40 into it and still not spend all my money and flip that bad boy and get a profit. So that's something that I'm going to start looking at because I got enough money to get into the flipping game. And one of the things that I see here is that everybody's reducing prices. So the markets has kind of reached, I think, the height. So we're going to start descending a little bit. So once I get, and one of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to start a new channel for the real estate stuff. I'm not going to do it on this channel. It's going to be very interesting. But upper level game. Once you develop the look, once you develop the mouthpiece, you can get into all types of deals. Like everybody's looking for money. And there are many funding sources. There are many companies that are in just business to loan people money. And you can start brokering deals. You can find customers for this company and be the middleman and get a cut. Dollar bills, y'all, dollar bills. And this is one of the things, because there's so many ways to make money. There's so many ways to get yourself established. There's so many ways, like, wholesaling in real estate. It's like right now, everybody's doing it. This has been around for a while. I even heard Dave Ramsey mention it. Dave Ramsey said this is what he did. So he called it subject to, and he found these deals and he sold them to investors. So this is a real thing that if you are broke, that you need to do. So part of my situation that I'm going to set up is I'm going to set up a wholesaling operation, a buy and hold operation, and an Airbnb operation. Because that's how I envision it. Because once again, you make your money when you buy. And currently for the kid, the prices are too high. So I may have to find something and rehab it, which I'm not looking forward to it, because I got to go out and network, meet people, and get connections for brokers and contractors. Because I got to find someone who does flips. Like, hey, who do you use for contracting? Because that's probably where I'm going to be. Let's see. I don't have an email that you bought anything, man. What's your real name? What's your government name? Because I see nothing. I don't see that you signed up. I don't see that you just bought anything. I don't see that you made the purchase. I'm in PayPal. Do, 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 do. All right, Alan Dover. I don't know why you're not showing up. Y'all be killing me with these 2 or 3 different names and these 2 or 3 different emails. I don't know why it did. I don't know why it didn't do what it needed to do. Hold on a second. I just enrolled you manually, so you should have it in your dashboard. And this is one of the things that happens with this Wi-Fi bread. I've had times where people couldn't pay. I had a weekend where I lost about $10,000 because the site wouldn't accept payments. So that's crazy. So, Alan, your government name, you should have access now. Neck of the Woods update. I remember seeing a black father selling ice cream snow cones on the street corners with his 2 daughters who were in high school at the time. 2 years later, they were selling out of a store. You got to start somewhere, player. Everybody wants to start at the top. Everybody wants to start with the champagne and the hors d'oeuvres. Sometimes you got to start with the beer and wings. Not wings, but wings. I think the houses are going to, because, once again, in terms of converting money, you make your money when you buy. So I got to buy these rental properties correctly. El Pedro Sears. Can you do a video soon on how did you get an EIN for a holding company? I have a whole course that's called The Art of Holding that teach you how to do that. They do trolling online via other emails. I get a lot of people who will buy something and they'll buy it in their government name and they'll have their woke name and they'll buy it in the government name but email me from their woke name. So when I go look for them, I can't find anything. It's crazy. So El Pedrino Sears, getting the EIN is very easy. Cover that in the Art of Holding. So go ahead and grab that. That do trolling via other emails. I remember one time I had a bunch of people coming after me from several different emails. It was insanity. I mean, that woke name, man, it's with these Muslims. Ismail bin Ashaliz, a.k.a. Robert Johnson. You see that? I see that all the time. So there are many ways to make money without money. Also, with real estate, you want to get in real estate, you got to become very good at finding deals. It's very easy to convince someone to part with money when they gonna make money. There was a guy that was, because I was doing some research. He had bad credit. He didn't have any money. And he went out and found a killer deal. Killer deal. So he had to develop a relationship with someone with the money. and they split the profits, and he made $27,000. But see, a lot of folks been like, I'm trying to make this $55,000 by my damn self. Not if you broke, player. See, this is one of the things that gets me with today's generation. Y'all are so prideful. Y'all are so, I'm going to do this. I'm going to become a millionaire. I'm going to do all this stuff. And you faking the funk. And this is why you taking pictures on these fake jets to post on Instagram, because you ain't real. Yes, sir. Folks wear me out with the 2 emails. They get mad with you. I know it's crazy. So there are many ways to, you can start a service business today with no money. You can start washing cars today with no money. Find you a spot, paint you a sign, car wash, $30. But you gotta work. You gotta put in that work, man. So, I mean, there's so many opportunities out here for people to get money, but they don't want to get that money because what Erica said is they're afraid of how they would look to their friends and family. But you broke. You don't have the money that you want. This is one thing about me. I was never too proud to work a crappy job. I got videos attesting to me working crappy jobs, working at the labor pool. I told my story for years. And this is why I have money, because I wasn't afraid to humble myself to do something that was frankly disgusting. It was a crappy job, but I did that. I remember the UPS headquarters over here off Barfield Road. I got a gig one there, and I worked in the lunchroom. Man, those glasses, you were working for 3 hours straight, high speed. Then you got to sit down for an hour, then lunch. Then it was back to high speed. Being poor, working these crappy jobs, you work so hard. So this is one of the things that you guys have got to understand. It's about creativity. This is why you ask yourself, how can I do this? Because I'm looking at how much money I can save. And this is why I'm probably going to get into wholesaling. Because the wholesaling will accelerate my capital acquisition for buy and holds. Because I want to do 2 to 3 houses per year and pay cash. So that's a very adventurous goal. Jay Wills, my juice business was started with all the money I had at the time, $2,000. My first big festival, we made almost $7,000. We all can do it. Take action. Get started. Hustle. Hustle. Because the thing is, when you are hustling, you grow up. You get opportunities that people who don't hustle, they'll never see these opportunities. Started with 2,000, made 7. That's remarkable. So, once again, there are many ways to make money without having money. Without spending a dime. You can start a service business. You can start a consulting business. You can start so many businesses with $0. and use your sweat equity like wholesaling. Because I've been watching Maxwell, and he just put it all out there. He put out there how he has his template set up with his VAs, and he's even got a VA who will go out and find VAs who know how to do the things that you need to be done. And then there's this other guy, all his wholesaling business is virtual. He just show up for closings and to get that check. So, just seeing that, and I'm like, that's just the way to go, because it's hard, because you got to convince somebody to sell an asset for thousands of dollars less than they could get. BMS group, that's untrue. Takes money to make money, spend it. Nope, that's not true. Not true. I made $25,000 one weekend on a pre-sale. Spent no money, got people to pay me before the product was created. Simply not true. You got to fix your mindset, because if you think that you need money to make money, you're absolutely right, because your subconscious mind is going to make sure that you don't get a dime unless you already have some money. And this is why people have to be very careful of the verbiage and the things that they use. It don't take money to make money. In some businesses it does, but there's a lot of businesses you can start off with $0. That's kind of like this thing that's going on, that all men trick. All men are paying for it in some shape or fashion or form. Simply not true. For the evolved man, you can get all kinds of stuff out of women and not just pay a little of attention. Spend a little time. That's all you got to do. Because you got to be really creative with your hustle. You've got to be super impressive with your hustle. Because essentially it is better, because essentially when you start a business with no money, your trajectory is longer to grow the business. King Maverick, nobody want to put in the sweat equity. And that's a problem. Like, I look at all these kids who are doing this Shopify thing, and they're starting with $500, and they're building these 6-figure and 7-figure Shopify stores. Talent and energy is used to make money, and simply being creative. I agree with that. That's what this whole chat's been about. Be creative. Figure out how you can get in to the pipeline of making money. When you first started out, you were dogging wholesale. I don't remember that. I said that was something I may not do. Money's just an extra tool to help you make more. It's a good time. Well, part of the wholesale thing is, what I was saying was that there were people who made it sound much simpler than it is. Finding people in a hot real estate market willing to let go of good properties is hard. And this is why I'm going to go ahead and get me some VAs. I'm just going to put my money to work, because I got, for this real estate business, I got $160,000. And today when I was working out, I realized you got enough money to flip a property. Because if I can find the property, because what I do when I look at these properties, I go to the tax office and see what they paid for the property. And, you'll see they paid $85,000. And I don't think they put $50,000 worth of work in these houses. They paid $85,000 when they're trying to sell it for $220,000. Oh, you were saying it was for people with no money. It is for people with no money. It is for people with no money. once again, I just said I'm going to do three things. I'm not going to do wholesale to put money in my pocket. I'm going to do wholesale to create a capital machine to buy more buy and hold properties. Because, my neighborhood, I don't see bandit signs. And I'm thinking about ordering some, and I'm just going to put them out there and see what happens. Because a property out here, property that needs to be rehabbed out here is going to go for 300 something. So if I can find someone that's going to let this sucker go for 2, and I put an assignment fee of 50, 60, 70,000, just, thinking out loud. Tika Savatar. I used to hustle any way I could. I grew up really poor. We were homeless a few times. Such hard times give you the ability to see opportunity where most people don't. I've noticed. Hey, growing up poor will definitely make you attuned to more things. Because this is one of the things that I see with people who do wholesales that I think it's a mistake. Because I'm going to give you the game. I'm going to do the wholesaling. My name will never be on an assignment contract. It will be a company name. Because the company, money's going to go in the company, and I'm going to spend the money, which will reduce my capital gains tax base. Because once again, I'm not going to do this like all those other folks. They're just wholesaling. They don't own any rentals. That is a mistake. For every 3 or 4 wholesale deals you do, you need to have yourself a rental. So that will offset your gains and reduce your tax base. So once again, I see a lot of people out here, I got this check for $22,000 and they balling out. Really, you got a check for $12,000. Maybe 14,000, because the government's going to hit you hard over the head on that, because they're going to treat that as a commission. But if you run it through a company where the money comes through the company and it flows out into rental properties, you therefore decrease your tax liability. Oh man, Tika, there's so many ways to make money. And one of the things is you always have to have I remember one night I was over this chick's house, a Craigslist protocol, and I was leaving the next morning and I saw a butcher block table with 6 chairs. The chairs were tight. All it needed was a little wax. I loaded that up in my vehicle and took it home and sold it on Craigslist. You know how many people passed that money, just drove by that money? I'm going home. I'm going to work. I'm going to get me something to eat. They drove by money. They just drove by money. Because when I was in my resale mind, I don't do it now because I don't have to. But if I had to, because I see stuff around here on the street all the time. Oh, that's a $100 bill. That's $250. Trash day over here is Monday and Tuesday. And you will see people putting out perfectly good things. So once again, there's the being able to see the opportunity, because everybody wants to come in big baller style. I got the money. Because see, once again, even though I have $160,000 to throw in this new venture, I'm still thinking practical. All right. Because, you make your money when you buy. And I've seen that the prices are just too steep for me personally, because whenever I go ahead and work the numbers, I have to buy at a certain price to get 10%, 12% on my money through rent. And one of the things that's happening is they're pricing this stuff where you're going to come in at 3%, 4% on your money. which is really after inflation is 2% on your money. I'm like, that's not sexy. So I'm probably going to have to I'm going to have to start networking with some wholesalers and get me a property and rehab it. One person's trash is another person's cash. Pretty much. William Johnson, rental property is better than flip because you get rent income, equity appreciation, and you can always sell later during the seller's market. Pretty much. Jason Clutchy, yeah, that's profit. You pay yourself, that's considered profit. Definitely been the bartender. You have to be open to the possibilities. And like I said, I was doing this YouTube thing, and this when my book was in its third year. I was making a lot of money. I still picked up that $350 off the dumpster. I was like, this is easy money. It took me all of 2 minutes to load those chairs and table up in my SUV. A lot of people just walk by money all day long because they don't know what to look for in terms of money. I know a guy who does clean outs in the wealthy neighborhoods, makes a killing at the flea market. And living in this neighborhood, I understand why the public storage on Roswell Road was such a hot spot. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, just the things that we used to pull out of that storage unit. I remember there's this twofer, and I didn't get it. This other guy got it, and he spent $1,500 for both of them. And he sent me the eBay listing where he sold a Tiffany flatware set for $1,800. And he said there was a lot of other good stuff in there. So, it's about effort. It's about creativity. It's about knowing what money looks like. Because, there's so many people who want to come in clean. You need to be a worker bee before you can be the manager, the manager drone. Everybody wants to be management. I remember this guy, and he must have just inherited this money. It was a franchise, and this guy, he had his pants below his ass. And he got into it with one of his employees, which was very, very bad. You shouldn't do that. And he's like, you can clock out. You gone. And the dude was like, you gonna fire me? He's like, yeah, I'm the boss. I own this place. I can do that. And he was just flexing unnecessarily. Jay Wills. Question, is there an opportunity to pick up a rental property that earns you about $10K a year? What would be a good price to pay for it in your opinion? Work the numbers. What does $10K represent in terms of ROI? Because that's going to have to be a really cheap property. Because, let's see. Let's work these numbers. Because this is what I look like. Because when I got to buy rental property, I want to get 10% on my money or greater. That's my threshold. So 75,000 minus 90%. So minus 90%. So that would be a $100,000 property. If you can get that property for $100,000 and make $10K a year, which would be rent less of $1,000 per month, that will cash flow very nicely because you're getting 10% on your money. Oh, experience is everything. Like, I have moved past the resale world, but those lessons that I learned will help me with real estate. Because you make your money when you buy, and paying too much for your property because it's a hot market, is a way to just jack up your returns. Because if I go ahead and rehab something, let's say I find something for 50, I have to put 40 into it. So I'm at 90, but I rent this property out at $2,000 per month. I'm getting 20% of my money. That's insane. 20% of your money? Let's see. $90,000 minus 80%. That's $18,000 a year. So even with inflation, I'm still, and taxes and everything, I'm still going to clear about 15K. And that's the first few years. And when I get to raise rent, the ROI gets even greater. So at $18,000 times 5, the property becomes a cash cow within 5 years with a 20% return. So 5 years. So if you get a property in 5 years, it's 100% paid off and it's just throwing off cash. Well, it's already paid off since I paid cash for it, but you got your money back. So there's all types of opportunity out here. And like when I started the real estate thing, I'm going to do a new channel because I know what will happen if I put it on this channel. The videos just won't get the reach because I'm going to still keep this channel going. But I'm going to put those videos on the new channel. So, you get returns of 20 and 30%, and that's just on rent. If I get a property for $90,000, able to charge $2,000 rent, I'm getting 20% on the front end. I'm getting depreciation. I could be RI, the total RI could be close to 30% because that house is going to give me deductions that I currently don't have to offset other income. So it's a wild, wild game, man. It's a wild, wild game. And one of the things that people got to understand is this money's out here. Right now in Atlanta, it's a hot market. Properties, I've seen properties go with 5 days of hitting the market. So the market's pretty hot. So you got to hunt for deals. TK, thanks for the $25 Canadian money, I think. Hey, what do you think of reputation versus doing crappy jobs? And is door-to-door good marketing? Appreciate you. I would not do door-to-door marketing right today. And, some people still push it. Some people still knock on doors. I would not do it. There are just better ways to reach more people for less and be more efficient. I would do the best job I could because like next door, you do like there was some people talking about some contractors and one person put out a positive review. Then 5 other people came back and said this person does crap work. 5. So that one review ain't enough to get this person some business. All right, scale your business up. Reputation is very important, especially in this real estate game, because once you develop a reputation for finding good deals and getting rehabs done, they will throw hard money at you. You will have no problem getting money for deals. And that's one of the things, because I've seen, because this is how I think Max Maxwell and crew are doing it. They're doing the wholesale stuff at a high level to fund the rehabs, and this is why they always have money. Reputation is key. So once again, the marketing thing is super, super important. So there's so many ways to make money. And one of the reasons that I preach resale is you can still get home runs in resale. You can buy something for $1 and sell it for 50. That's just one of the wildest things, because at garage sales, it is an expectation that you just take this loss and get beat up on the price. Then they go ahead and put it on Amazon or eBay and make that really good money. But there's so many ways to make money. And I see all these people out here who are looking for business credit, business funding. And once you get to the point where you can make enough money to run your own deals, because like I got enough money to do my first flip right now. And it's very interesting. I know of another investor group, they're doing higher level flipping. They're buying houses for 400, 500,000, and they flipping them for 800 to 900,000. But I'm not at that level yet. I'm gonna crawl before I start walking. I've done well by right people giving good reviews. I mean, there's so many ways to make money. Like, the other day when I was asking people what did they want to learn, it's like nobody wants to learn the basics. Everybody was like, I don't want to get my hands dirty. I don't want an apprenticeship. I don't want to take my time to build this business up. I don't want to build a solid foundation. And, I'm still getting cures, people answering that video, but it's a little depressing because I know what helped me. Learning how to sell was critical to my success. And, I don't think I say that hard enough. I don't think I put that out there in the manner that I should, because learning how to sell is one of the most important skill sets you can develop. And it's a skill set that anyone can develop if they're willing to do the work. This is very, very possible for you to develop this skill set. And a lot of people are not interested in the work. Because like with these millennials, this recession is going to set them back even further. And like, if you're a millennial, you need to start a business. Let me show y'all something. They're sharing this. Now, this is the epitome of hustle. This 24-year-old first-generation American earns $230,000 per year working 3 jobs. He still lives at home with his mama. And he has 3 rental properties at 24. His goal is to get 20. So he's got 3, he's going to get 20. He is saving like $8,000 per month. All right, that's that article. I'm learning to flip sneakers. It's a lot to take in. You got to know the brand, because these people are crazy about their sneakers. They're obsessed with these sneakers and the fit. But essentially, the whole conversation has been about how to make money when you don't have any money. And typically, you're not going to make baller money, but it can, let's say you start off and you start a service business. That can get you the baller money in year 2, year 3, year 4. Because, I'm just sitting back looking at how I'm going to do stuff. Next week, I'm going to inform my operating company because I'm getting closer to some deals. Because like I said, I got enough money to pull a rehab. I mean, I could spend $100,000 on a property and still put 60 into it. And, I need some help. So I'm going to go out and find myself some mentors, because this is not something that I'm going to try to tackle on my own. I am not, because repair costs and putting money in the property, I've seen that go bad on a lot of people, where they underestimated how much work the property needed. So this is one of the things that we're going to do. My mom told me about this guy who's a millionaire that worked as a banker server, and he still stayed with his mom. That's just crazy. This guy is staying with his mom because it doesn't really make sense for him to spend rent money when he ain't never at home. But this dude's already a millionaire. He's still staying with his mom. I see issues there. There are issues with that. That's kind of crazy. But, one of the things that a lot of people are getting fired up about is this fire movement. Because, I've lived like this for years. I live on 8% of my income, and I'm banking the rest. So this is why I've been able to save like $160,000 in 3 months. So we will see what happens, because when you get to the point, and this is one of the things I keep telling you guys, you want to develop a high income, but live on a less amount, and live as debt-free as possible, because this keeps so many things open to you. I currently, I have no credit card debt. I have no bills. I have no car payments. This is why I have money in the bank. So it puts me in a position to make deals. And you want to be in this position. He also has no student loans. Student loans are parasites that need to go absent. Then you can accumulate wealth. Debt. This dude has no debt. That's the key. That's the way you want to play the game, by not having any debt. This is why going out, I did a video talking about the indoctrination of the American credit system, where you have all these people who become indoctrinated with credit, other people's money, and they never learn how to build their own capital base. Because, I saw this guy, he's talking about getting credit cards, how to pull the money off the credit cards. And that's a risky game. That's a risky game. It's a very risky game. So when you spend your own money, you make smarter decisions. Because if you could borrow $1 million, and this is something during the dot-com age, like these founders would get, $1 million or $2 or $3 million for these investors, and then take $50,000 of that money and throw a party. You don't do that kind of stuff with your own money. You're like, we're going to have a barbecue. We're going to have a picnic. We're not going to spend no $50,000 for no party. With your own money, you don't do that stuff. And this is one of the big things that happens with people. And this is why you need to learn how to develop your own capital base, because you become your own man, you become your own woman, and you're able to facilitate deals that you don't have to. I don't think using a loan to start a business is a bad idea, but that's if you're a savvy operator. If you use a loan to start a business that goes bust, you have no business, but you still got that debt, player. That debt could be onerous. And this is one of the reasons, because I feel that we're about to go into a recession. Well, we're already in a recession. I think it's going to be official by next summer. Once that happens, And this thing that happened with the banks the other day, where the Fed injected $75 million because these banks didn't have enough money to lend. They didn't have enough money to lend. Something bad was about to happen. So, imagine if you are used to building your business using other people's money all of the time. Because I'm watching a lot of real estate videos, and I see that none of these guys, very few of these guys, get to the point where they can run their own deals. Like Max Maxwell, I think they run their own deals. They have enough internal capital to fund their acquisitions, to do their rehabs without taking loans. That's a powerful position to be in. That's a very powerful, and that's the position I want to be in, because I want to get to the point where I can do 3 properties a year, all with cash, and not have to get outside cash, which means I got to crank up my business and crank up some other stuff. But I know what happens when you get to be that powerful. You're buying 3 properties a year, 6 years, that's 18 properties. And, my first, because I'm trying to develop a theme. I'm trying to develop, because, I've got the name of the operating company, because on the wholesale agreements, the operating company name, my name will never be on anything. No money is going in Glendon Cameron's pocket, because once again, creating a company, creating an LLC structure, the money stays in the company, money comes into the company spends money on this asset. This reduces tax liability, because if you wholesaling and making $1 million a year, you're going to pay like $300 and some thousand in taxes. That's insanity. If you have a company where you're taking this wholesale money, turning it into rentals, you reduce your tax load by 150, maybe 200K. And then you will have long-term cash producing assets. So, I know some people that look like they're loaded. They got a business, nice house, cars, but they're all in the same debt. And this is the American way. This is the American occupation with OPM, other people's money. This one guy I know is almost $4 million in debt. I'd personally be sick if I racked up debt like that. Well, it depends on if he can service it, because there's this guy on YouTube called Manny Corporation or something. Look up Manny and supercars. He has all these expensive cars. And he makes those kind of loans, but he always has cash in the bank that if he needs to be, he can pay him off. Own nothing in your name, exactly. There was something very interesting. Most people can look at a person and tell if they have money. And this is why. It's your face. When you're poor and you're stressed out all the time, you look poor and stressed out. When you have money and you're not just stressing over these certain things, it reflects in your face. So it's very interesting how that happens. But once again, I'm just here to tell y'all, you don't need to have money to make money. You need creativity, you need energy, you need talent. You need the ability to create deals. Because if you can become very adept at creating deals and talking to people, and you have high emotional IQ where you can get people to like you, you could do very well with wholesaling. So this is something I'm probably going to kick off early next year. So we will see. Technically, you're just postponing the taxes owed. Not really. If you have real estate property, you get the effect of depreciation. You'll never have to pay these taxes. Ever. Stress deteriorates the body? Absolutely. And this is why you have a lot of people who are in these situations because once again, I've been working on this real estate stuff and Facebook stuff, so I've kind of let disruptive mail just fall apart. I'm gonna have to work on that. But one of the things that has to happen is you got to make a decision to make some money. And it's also, looking at all this real estate, it has made me look at the place I'm getting after this, because I'm leaving this place next year. And I may get me a high rise. I don't know yet. Control everything, own nothing in your name. Nothing will ever be in my name. It's all going to be in the LLC's name. All these assignment fees, all these are checks, because they're going to be in the corporate company. And I'm going to use that money to buy rentals. So I'm spending money, and I got to get with my CPA, and we'll flesh all that out. Because that's just one of the ways that I can see creating a lot of cash flow. I mean, a lot of cash flow. And I've seen all these people on YouTube who've gotten into real estate, and it's changed their life. And these are business owners. I remember Will Motivation said, I had a business which was making me money, but he said real estate changed my life. And, you got to pay attention to that stuff, because you get to 20 properties. You're a millionaire. That's retirement. You got 20 properties. Because I'm going to say I want my average rent to be $1,500 times 20. It's $30,000 a month. Times 12. It's $360. And if they're all paid off, you are a millionaire with cash flow. That's a beautiful thing, because cash flow is so important. Having monthly cash flow come in month after month, that makes such a huge difference in how you can live and everything. Jason Clunchy, to a question that you asked the other video. I like to know everything that LLC can and can't do. An LLC can do a lot. I tend to focus on what it can do, not what it can't do. And why do you have that question? Because it sounds like you're a person that needs to know everything before you take action. And the Marines have this rule. Let's see, let me find it for you. All right. And this is very important for all you people who need to feel that you need to know everything, have everything all set up. This is for you. The 70% solution, the Marine Corps framework of making decisions. Leading a small business may not be a battlefield, but sometimes requires us to make decisions in less than ideal circumstances. The Marines teach their young officers what they call a 70% solution. It could be a good strategy to consider for making decisions in situations where you don't have all the information or the resources you like to have. Do you have 70% of the intel you have? Do you have 70% of the resources you need? Because by the time you get 100% of the information, conditions have changed. 70% is enough information to make a very good decision. So this whole notion of I need to know everything in the LLC can do, without, if that prevents you from taking action, that's just a bad way to be. Floyd Houston, you have a good CPA you can refer. Typically, a CPA is going to be in your state and licensed in your state. So no. Steve Jameson, I don't know. %. When you purchase a personal, I wouldn't even purchase, I wouldn't even put, if like, let's say I found a house that I really liked and I wanted to keep it for myself. That house still would be in my business name. It would be in my name. I would not put it in my name. You know, this fascination of owning everything in your name can be a hindrance because from an asset protection standpoint, they will come for you. They will come for it if it's in your name. So that's one thing. So that's one of the things. All right. G-Man, I have an LLC and a franchise for 3 years. Now how do I utilize my LLC? Any way that you want to. What do you mean? Ask a better question to get a better answer. Because these simple questions with these broad, these deep rabbit holes where, you could just be going on endlessly. I'm not answering those questions. Nope, nope, nope. All right. Today starts the 50% off, 50% off sale. You can get anything at Hustlers Kung Fu lifeskills.com, 50% off. Use the code making money, one word, and this will go on until Sunday. So you can get anything, 50% off. We got everything on sale. So with that, and I will tell you where I got this strategy from, because somebody was like, hey, you have a sale every week. Have you ever been into Bed, Bath, and Beyond? They have this 20% off coupon that they encourage their employees to give out to people, and it's always going on, and they always making money. So that's where I got this strategy from. So we will see. And every weekend, I make a lot of money. So go ahead from today until Sunday. You can get 50% off of anything at Hustlers Kung Fu lifeskills.com. All right. I will see you guys